Shabbat, Shalom, Shalom, Black Israel. This is your boy Elijah Huda coming back to you with another educational, informative, enlightening, and spiritual video. Um, Today I want to explain basically why most so-called black people, and really just all people in general, don't really matter what race you are, but I want to focus mostly on my race of people, as it says in scripture. For us prophets, we need to go to the lost sheep of Israel. We need to start there first. Just like the judgment of the Creator um, is going to start at the house, so shall the teachings, of the law, statutes, and commandments of the Creator should be taught to the lost sheep, the 2/3 of Israel. But nonetheless, I want to explain why so-called black people, aka Hebrew Israelites, God's chosen people, are not really and officially blessed, especially not blessed here in the land of our captivity, modern day Egypt, aka the house of bondage, and what some confused Hebrew Israelites would say is Great Babylon. Uh, I really I wouldn't agree with that. They say Mystery Babylon also, but I'll make a video about that soon, y'all willing. But nonetheless, we are not blessed here in the land of our captivity. I don't care how good you doing. I don't care if you rich with millions in the bank or even, uh, millions of dollars in physical assets, if you got businesses, you got land and all of that stuff, you're still not blessed, because here in the land of our captivity, where we got laws, established for white supremacy um, and white privilege, there's no way that you could fully prosper, aka fully be blessed here in the land of your captivity, where you got these people, these other race of people, and it ain't just white people, as the Bible will call strangers from afar or heathens. It's these other nations also. They the ones got their foot on our neck in all aspects of life. Um, Perfect examples is a lot of people think that they're so-called black people. Let's be specific with this, what type of people I'm talking about. They think that they're blessed because they got a job, but yet they work minimum wage, and also they work their ass off all pretty much every day for most of the day. All for pennies, at least pennies in comparison to their manager, aka their master. Okay, that's not being blessed. That's called basically getting by or surviving. When you truly blessed, you ain't got to worry about nothing. Okay, like you literally have it like that, whether you're blessed physically or spiritually or both. You good. You know what I'm saying? But let's talk about the we're gonna get on the spiritual also, but let's talk about the physical right now. A lot of so-called black people think, oh, I got a nice car. It's a 2019, 2020 Cadillac Escalade, Maserati. You know what I'm saying, or a Cadillac Escalade, or a Yukon Denali or whatever, right? But yet you are paying a monthly lease. You don't fully and officially own it. You don't own the vehicle, okay? They still got they hand up your rear end, basically. You're the puppet, they're the puppet master. They still got their hand on your life, in your pocket also, basically. In your bank account also, if it gets to the point where they gotta what do they call that? It is pretty much extortion. I was gonna say that, but it's a more legalized term for it. Uh Garnishing. If it gets bad enough where you owe these people and they can't get in contact with you, but they know that you work, they get the IRS involved and they can garnish your wage. Like how they could garnish your weekly paychecks. The government could do these things, and also they normally do it through the IRS, when it got to do with monetary, money that you owe them and stuff, even creditors who are not directly affiliated with the IRS, they could go to the IRS and demand their money from you. If you owe too much and they really want their money from you and they know that you're working, they'll feel like, man, you avoiding us, but yet you just got this $2,000 loan from us that you claimed that you was gonna pay back or whatever. We thought you were good. On file, it looked like you were always paying your bills on time, so that your credit was good. What happened? So they're prepared for these things just in case you slip up and don't pay them or whatever. And so you're not truly free nor blessed, okay? Because you got to pay rent. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the lease for the car. You got to pay monthly rent. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, black people especially, when they pay that rent, if they can pay it all at once, every month, on time, once they pay that, they're broke after that, dang near. And they really don't have pocket money to go and pay for things that they need, everyday necessities, whether it be cleaning supplies, hygiene items, food, of course. Uh, Clothing is a necessity, but it's more so, you know what I'm saying? You can go a while without clothes. You just you know, re-wear the clothes that you already have, rewash them, and all of these things or whatever, right? You don't have to have the latest fashion or whatever and stuff like that. But here in America, most people give the illusion that they're rich or that they're at least well off, upper middle class, even lower middle class. A lot of people, Americans specifically, they are okay with saying that they're lower middle class. And a lot of them don't say lower or upper, they just say middle class, but they're either one or the other. But they're cool at least with saying that they're low income because in their eyes they're saying that they're not poor, as in, and I'm not talking about the totally destitute, the totally hopeless, homeless person. I'm not talking about that type of poor. I'm talking about poor as in you're pretty much for the most part relying on the government, but you may have a low income job like McDonald's or Walmart or something like that, where you're getting paid $8, $9 an hour and all that little nonsense. And so, you consider yourself low middle class because you're not poor, as at least in your mind or whatever. But I'm telling you that you are still poor and you're not fully free, and you definitely ain't blessed. Because it's saying in scripture that the Creator says that He like Proverbs chapter 10, verse 22, New King James Version. That's the Bible I'm reading from. Okay. It says, the blessings of the Lord, it maketh rich, and He addeth no sorrow with it. Okay, so the blessings of the Most High Creator, who most people ignorantly call Lord or God, His real name is Yahuwah, and his title is Alua. Some people say Elohim. Some people say Allahayim or whatever. But nonetheless, you get what I'm saying. He says that He maketh rich. Okay, so that's the blessings that He make. Now, it's not always monetary rich. Like He don't always make people rich as in making them millionaires. But you can be rich spiritually because you came into the knowledge of the law, statutes, and commandments, and also you hearkened to it and you obeyed them. So you're rich in that sense. And so you are rich as far as potentially, if you stay with those laws, statutes, and commandments, you will go to the new kingdom, the kingdom to come on this planet, on the new planet or whatever. So you're rich in that sense, but He can also make you rich physically. I mean, he rarely does, but He does do it nonetheless. He'll make you rich monetarily, but you got to give to the poor. But if He do make you rich with money physical assets and all of that, your land and all of that stuff, he's not going to add no sorrow with it. Let's read it again. Proverbs chapter 10, verse 22. The blessings of the Lord, it maketh rich, and he addeth no sorrow. Okay? And so that's self-explanatory. If the Most High, if the Creator of all things blesses you truly, then he's going to bless you not only abundantly, but perpetually, and also he's not going to add no sorrow to it. But most people don't get that far. Really, they don't, because they got this mindset, this narrow-minded mentality that, man, ain't nobody messing with me. I got this nice car. It's up to date. It got all the little gadgets and all of that stuff. It look good. It's clean. I look good. I got my hair and my nails done. You know what I'm saying? I got the latest and greatest fashion clothes. Man, I'm in this big house. Yeah. Okay, all of that looks good on the outside, but check this out. You still in debt with the car. You got the car note. Okay. And they can easily repossess that. You know what I'm saying? If you start paying that, a lot of y'all know how that go. Of course, with the rent, it's even more strict than the car. You stop paying that, your ass getting kicked out of your house. You know, because a lot of times these, especially the ghetto landlords, they ain't having it. They want their money and they want it on time. Now, the landlords in the better areas of the city and stuff, the suburban areas and the lakefront where the beach is at, and even downtown area where you got the high-rise buildings and all that with the hotels and all that, they are a little bit more lenient because they more well off. They not struggling like the ghetto landlords or whatever, so they not own you as much, but they'll kick you out too quick, fast, and in a hurry. So don't play with them either. So how are you blessed when you are in debt with these people? Or you're not really in debt? That's definitely not a blessing. That's something else, but that pertains to this too. You know, if you're taking out loans and stuff like that and you can't pay it back, you'll become in debt real quick. And of course, with the creditors, if they trust you with a credit card with a certain credit limit on there, and you mess that up, you can be in debt with them also. The colleges, you could become in debt with them. A lot of people are.